breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alert.
Trump. Karma smacked back. American championship skier Lindsey Vonn made headlines the other day for coming out as yet another celebrity to disapprove of President Donald Trump. The particular comment was uttered when she recently sat down with CNN to discuss the upcoming 2018 Winter Olympics in PyeongChang, South Korea. Her words were nothing nice and more along the lines of the resistance crowd, as she was very disrespectful and spoke for herself, but acted as though she was speaking for Americans. She said that she would neither accept an invitation to the White House if invited, nor would it be President Trump she would represent at the Olympics. I suppose that's a relief because it's America we want her to represent, isn't it? I was unaware that anyone saw their nation's Olympic athletes as somehow correlated with the political leadership of the nations they live in. No Olympic skier has ever been obligated to profess their allegiance to a political party or the president once they hit the slopes. It is worth noting, however, that her decision to take the focus of her attention off the honor of representing the American people and instead channeling her energy into renouncing a role nobody ever thought she was playing. I guess she thought that she just had to make it clear that she's just like many a liberal celebrity? I've never really understood why it's often the most successful in American society, particularly in media and entertainment, that spend the most time demonizing the system that allowed for their own success. The entertainment industry would be exhilarating if they would simply stick to entertainment. Also worth noting, 3 of Vonn's largest and most prominent sponsors heavily supported the Trump campaign in 2016. Among them were Rolex, the Hershey Company, and Under Armour. There's already a Twitter campaign calling on her sponsors to drop her, but that hasn't garnered any results just yet, but seemed to be gaining traction among social media. Vonn faces sponsors pulling away from her, but that isn't the worst part of the recent events she's going through. After talking all that smack about President Trump and bringing politics into another form of entertainment, she later got decked by karma as she fell victim to a physical injury during the World Cup Super G event. Freedom Daily reported earlier today, Vonn was injured after finishing the World Cup Super G race in St. Moritz on Saturday while Switzerland's Largut crashed halfway down the course. Vonn, 4 times overall World Cup champion and the finest woman skier of her generation, fell to the ground grimacing as she slowed down after the finishing line and she staggered away with. Vonn spent just under an hour in the medical treatment tent before being escorted to a waiting car and driven away. The 33-year-old walked the few meters to the car with great difficulty. An ambulance was initially called but was not needed. The U.S. team said on Twitter that Vonn compressed her back on the 5th gate, skied through pain but didn't have the power to push. She was evaluated by the physio and doctor in the tent. Further information to come. Many are calling the injury karma for her comments at President Trump because the injury seemed to happen just after her rash comments. I am extremely disappointed, Vonn tweeted Sunday, but my biggest goal this season is the Olympics and I need to take care of myself now so I can be ready for next week, and more importantly, for February. Her comments about Trump were uncalled for and not very patriotic for someone who hoped to represent America in the Olympic Games. It's hard not to feel bad for someone missing out on the opportunity to compete in a sport that they've devoted their entire life towards training for. But it's very odd timing and extremely odd that she was hit with an injury just after talking bull about President Trump. It's still unclear if she'll recover in time to compete in the Winter Olympics, but if she has the same attitude about the American president when the Olympics arrive, then is she really someone we want representing us hard-working Americans? If the forces of karma really are out there, then she may fare best if she keeps quiet about President Trump until after the Olympics.